Okay, so bakit nga ba importante yung increment na sino-solve natin? Because yung increment siya yung kauna-unahang step or unang paraan para ma-evaluate natin yung derivative ng isang function. So ang sabi dito, kung meron daw tayong function y is equal to f of x or function of x, the increment is yung ginawa natin kanina, f of x plus delta x plus f of x, no? So, dalawang term, ano? So, ito ay yung merong increment and then plus our original f of x. Now, pag dinivide natin both side by delta x, okay? So, dinivide natin sa parehong increment ng ating input, ang tawag doon sa magiging resulta ay tinatawag na difference of function values or tinatawag din siyang difference quotients, okay? Yung ratio na to, this is the difference of the function values, meaning ito yung evaluated value ng ating function kapag tumaas, this one. Ito yung evaluated value of our function kapag nagkaroon ng increment or pagtaas doon sa value ng x. Ito naman yung ating original value of the function as evaluated at x na. So, original value and then yung ating nag-increase. Pag dinivide natin niya sa increment, tinatawag natin niyang difference quotient. Okay? So, our delta y over delta x is equivalent to the function of x plus delta x plus function of x all over delta x. Ang tawag sa kanya again ay difference quotient. It also denotes the average rate of change. Ang tawag din sa kanya ay average rate of change kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay gaano kalaki ang ipinagbago. Let me just correct this one. This should be minus. This should be minus, no? Okay? Let me just correct this. Mali yung plus na to. Okay? Kaya sa difference quotient eh. Difference dapat siya. Okay? It also denotes the average rate of change kasi yung pagbabago doon sa value ng ating function, 'di ba? Ito yung magiging change. So, kumbaga parang ito yung sipin nyo na lang, ito yung magiging future value kapag ka nagkaroon ng increment. Tapos ito naman yung ating present value, di ba? Kaya siya tinawag rate of change, yung pagbabago ng future at ng present value, no? Okay? Now, in differential calculus, ang pinag-uusapan natin is that the increment is so small that it approaches to zero. Therefore, our dy over dx, or that is read as derivative of y with respect to x. So, derivative na tayo. So, the derivative of y with respect to x, that is equivalent to the limit of delta y over delta x as delta x approaches to zero. Meaning to say, this is the limit of our difference quotient as delta x approaches to zero. Kung daw yung pagbabago natin ay sobrang liit lang, ano yung ating magiging resulting function? That is the derivative of y with respect to x. So, substituting this formula here, so again, mali po ito, na typo lang, this should be minus. So, our dy over dx is the limit of f x plus delta x minus f of x all over delta x as delta x approaches to zero. Ang tawag dito, again, derivative of y with respect to x. So, maraming symbol na pwedeng gamitin. Pwedeng y prime, that is also the first derivative of a function. Pwedeng f prime x, again, that is also the first derivative of y with respect to x. dy over dx is the same, and differential of f of x with respect to dx is also the same as the derivative of y with respect to x. So, pwedeng ganito natin siya isulat, pwedeng ganito, pwede rin ganito, at pwedeng ganyan. Okay? Now, itong binreakdown natin na to is what we call the three-step rule. Ito yan, okay? So, why is it important na makuha natin yung increment? Because that is the very first step of the three-step rule. Yung three-step rule is an algorithm or a process that we use to find the differential or the derivative, okay? So, the derivative of certain function. So, ang una natin kailangan gawin is to determine the increment. So, kinuha na natin ito previously. Then, after we determine the increment, we divide both side by the change in x. Take note. Dinidivide natin siya sa increment on the input, not the output, increment on the input. Then after that, we evaluate it as our delta x approaches to zero. Okay, let's try some illustrative problem para mas maintindihan pa kung ano ba ang tinutukoy ng three-step rule. Okay, for number 1, we have to find the derivative of f of x equivalent to x squared minus 4x plus 5. Again, for step 1, kailangan nating hanapin yung increment doon sa y. Kung pag nagbago yung x, ano yung magiging value sa ating y. So that is y or delta y is equivalent to f of x plus delta x minus f of x. Diba yan naman yung ginagamit natin na formula for the increment. So our delta y is, substitute lang natin yung x plus delta x dito sa ating original function. So we have x plus delta x squared minus 4 times x plus delta x plus 5 minus our f of x, we have x squared minus 4x plus 5. Kung masyadong mahaba yung ating result, pwede natin siyang i-simplify ba kasi meron tayong kayang i-eliminate. Okay? But since medyo mahaba nga ito, try nga nating i-simplify. Igagalaw ko lang ng konti dito yung value ng ating left side. No? So, supposedly, pantay-pantay dapat lahat ng equal side pero hindi kasi magkakasya. So, for the first term, we have x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared. Again, kaya ako mabilis na mag-expand is because kabisado ko yung special products na ginawa natin before. Minus 4x plus 4 delta x. Let me correct this. This should be minus. Ba't nga ba kasi minus to dapat? Ba't nga ba naka-plus ka? Yan, minus. This should be minus. Okay, negative 4x multiplied by negative 4 multiplied by delta x. So, negative 4 delta x plus 5. Then, meron tayong minus x squared. Tapos, minus multiplied by minus plus 4x minus, di nakakasya. Eraser. So, yan, medyo humaba dito sa part na to. Minus 5. Alright, napagkasya naman. So, tingnan natin, baka may similar term tayo. Actually, pwede na nating i-remove itong bracket na to, no? Kasi plus naman siya, so wala namang magbabago sa kanya. So, yung x squared, pwede na nating i-eliminate. Then, yung 4x also, pwede na nating i-eliminate. Ayan, and then yung plus 5 minus 5, pwede na silang i-eliminate. So, ang may iwan na lang sa ating delta y is equivalent to 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 4 delta x. Alright. Now, for the step 2, i-divide daw natin both side by delta x. So, our delta y over delta x is equivalent sa 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus 4 delta x. Alright. All over, divide daw natin sa delta x. So, our delta y over delta x will be equal to, actually, pwede nating i-factor out yung delta x para ito ay magiging 2x na lang plus delta x minus 4 all over delta x. Cancel na yung delta x natin dito kasi if we-factor out natin siya, so ang sagot na lang natin dito for step 2 ay 2x plus delta x minus 4. Then for our step 3, we evaluate the limit. So our dy over dx is equivalent to the limit, okay, as delta x approaches 0 nung ating function na 2x plus delta x minus 4, which will give us, pag sinubstitute natin, we have 2 x pa din ito. Yung delta x lang ang magbabago kasi delta x lang naman yung nag-a-approach sa 0 minus 4, or our answer is 2x minus 4. This is now the first derivative of this function. Pwede natin tawaging y prime, pwede rin natin tawaging f prime of x, okay, pwedeng tawaging dy over dx. No? So, yan yung mga common natin na ginagamit natin to name a certain derivative. No? So, that is our answer for this problem using the 3-step rule. No? Okay. Now, take note, common mistake is this. Let me just change the color. Ang limit mo lang ay delta x. Hindi mo pwedeng i-substitute si delta x kay x. Magkaiba si x kay delta x. X is a variable or the input variable and delta x is an increment. Okay? So, kung baga, ito yung initial value mo, ito yung pagtaas ng value. Hindi mo pwedeng i-substitute yan. No? So, common mistake yan na sinasubstitute din yung 0 kay x. Hindi po. Isa-substitute lang natin yung 0 sa lahat ng increment na delta x. Hopefully that's clear. So we can proceed now on our next problem. Let me just erase it all.